This morning, Governor Udom Emmanuel calls for appointments of indigents of Akwa Ibom as chairman of the Niger Delta Development Commission. State Chief Judge advises civil servants to plan adequately for their retirement and new recruited workers in the state civil service to be paid salary of January 2015. Details in just a moment. Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining us. My name is Augusta Essien. Governor Udom Emmanuel has called for the reappointment of Akwa Ibom Indigene as the chairman of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Addressing a rally organized in his honor at Eket Sports Stadium, Governor Udom Emmanuel said that the tenure of Akwa Ibom State should be allowed to run to the end. He said that apart from the state being the largest oil producer in Nigeria, such right is constitutional. He told the rally that his government will continue to support the federal government to realize the Nigeria project and urged those he described as outsiders to let Akwa Ibom be to face her development programs. The state chief executive said that the history has been rewritten given the quality of people at the rally and the massive turnout, adding that it was indicative of their readiness to work with the PDP. He said that his achievement have spoken for him, pointing out that his mandate given to him by the people is a symbol of justice, quality, equity, and peace.
Eket Senatorial District, we are using this platform today to let the whole world know that today the divine mandate of Udom Emmanuel represents that justice, equity, and unity of this country. And let me also sound a note of warning and say that I have the mandate of the people, and on that mandate we stand. And on that mandate we stand.
Eket local government area yesterday stood still for Governor Udom Emmanuel as the people of Eket Senatorial District celebrated the governor. The event, which was held at the Eket Sports Stadium, was attended by who is who in the Senatorial District who converged to express their solidarity to Governor Udom Emmanuel.
Opportunity for the people of the Senatorial District to demonstrate their support and solidarity to Governor Udom Emmanuel. Speakers after speakers assured that in the event of any rerun, they will stand by the mandate earlier given to Mr. Udom Emmanuel in April 2015. The people, clad in various uniforms and also identified by their banners, expressed satisfaction over what the governor has done in the past 7 months, saying it is a pointer to the transformation that the state will witness when Udom continues as the governor of the state. The chairman on the occasion, Chief Ndwese Essien, said that the mega rally was packaged by Eket Senatorial District to prove a point that the divine mandate is anchored on equity and that they appreciate the people for standing by it.
2015, that we are still solidly behind him. He should not be deterred by the trouble he is going through. It is normal in politics. If you win, somebody will challenge you and you have to go through a process.
Speaking on behalf of the legislative arm of government, the Speaker, Barrister Nofio Kliuk, said that the opposition has not said what it is capable of offering Akwa Ibom people, but has held on to attacks on personalities. The Speaker told the gathering that the 2016 budget before the House of Assembly is convincing enough that Mr. Udom Emmanuel is on the right track to take Akwa Ibom to the next economic pedestal. He said Governor Udom Emmanuel is running an all-inclusive government, which is a necessary ingredient in democracy.
We supported Eket Senatorial District to have their own ADS. That was why we had peace. That was why we had unity. That was why we had development. Now, divinity, providence, destiny, equity, mandate has demanded that Eket Senatorial District produce a governor in 2015.
The state chairman of People's Democratic Party, Obong Poleko, described Mr. Udom Emmanuel as the pride of the party. He said the party is confident that God is on its side and will conclude the pending decisions in favor of the PDP. According to him, history is in favor of Governor Udom Emmanuel and the divine mandate remains sacrosanct.
I am here to thank you because you have not disappointed your senatorial district. A good product, and that is why your people are proud of you today. That is why your people is celebrating today. That is why the party is very happy today. And that is why the party is confident that this journey is for 8 years.
Detailed reports of the mega rally will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. The state chief judge, Justice Stephen Okon, has called on civil servants to adequately plan for their retirement from service. Justice Okon made the call during a send-off party held for the 2015 retirees of the state judiciary and presentation of the judiciary staff of the year 2015. The story is here presented.
The Chief Judge said that the consciousness of eventual retirement should encourage staff to prepare to take up the challenges of such retirement. Justice Okon congratulated the retirees for finishing well and in good health, stressing that they are still valuable to the society considering the knowledge and experiences garnered over the year. He congratulated the staff of the year for dedication to duty and urged other staff to emulate them.
Retirement is not a time for one to fear. If you are taking time to plan, because whosoever is in service will one day retire. As a pleasant thing, one should be grateful to God, go to work, and then retire. Some don't live to celebrate this occasion. So if you are alive, to retire in good health, you have a good cause to thank the Almighty God.
Earlier, the Chief Registrar, Mr. Nia Kanakpan, had said that the event was a demonstration of the judiciary's commitment to promoting the welfare of staff and celebrating excellence. The judiciary, he said, will continue to improve on the welfare of staff as well as honor retirees.
This celebration is a demonstration of our unwavering commitment to promote the welfare of our staff and recognize excellence among them. We acknowledge that our staff contribute significantly to the successes we have recorded in the different areas. We deeply appreciate all of you for your cooperation and support to the Chief Judge, the judges, and the management of the judiciary.
The event featured a lecture on retiring into happiness by Mr. Emmanuel Achibong. High point of the celebration included presentation of awards and gift to best staff and best dressed staff of year 2015 and the retirees.
As part of events to mark the 2016 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in the state, a Jumat service was held on Friday in honor of the fallen heroes. The Muslim religious service, which was attended by Governor Udom Emmanuel and some ex-armed force men, was held at the mosque of the Wellington Bassey Army Barracks, Ibawa. AIN Opol has the details.
The Jumat service started with prayers which were led by the Chief Imam of the mosque, Staff Sergeant Shafiu Lawal. They prayed for peace in the nation and state, for the departed soldiers, for the disabled and destitute soldiers, and for the improvement of the Nigerian economy. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The Chief Imam said that Islam as a religion encourages peace and that the Holy Quran does not teach any Muslim to be violent or to indulge in social vices such as terrorism. Staff Sergeant Lawal said for the needed peace to reign in the country, both the Muslims, the Christians, and other religion must work together, preach peace, and show love. The chief imam maintained that Boko Haram sect that is terrorizing the nation is not part of the Islam religion, saying that those who perpetrate the evil will end up in hellfire for destroying lives they did not take part in creating. He pleaded with governments at both federal and state levels to keep supporting the widows of the fallen heroes while appreciating the present administration for the celebration.
God and Nigeria to be one. Whatsoever the offering confusion, we address it in the name of Almighty Allah. Anything that will bring problem, we address it in the name of Almighty Allah.
Addressing the faithful, Governor Domi Manuel, who was represented by the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, thanked the Muslim community for having the interest of the fallen heroes at heart. Governor Emmanuel called for unity among the two main religions in the state, saying that he attended the service to honor those who sacrificed lives to ensure that there is peace in the country. The governor presented an offering to the mosque and also promised to take care of the widows of the fallen heroes.
Christians and Muslims, we should be one. We should not betray one another. We should love one another. We love ourselves without killing our fellow brothers, without betraying others, that the country will be at peace, that we will be one.
A representative of the service chiefs of the Army, Air Force, and the Navy, Squadron Leader N.U. Danjuma, thanked the state governments for the show of unity and prayed for the souls of the departed soldiers.
On behalf of the service commanders, I want to appreciate what the school, the state is doing. This year is one of the best throughout the periods that we're celebrating our forces remembrance families in the state.
Iyaginopo reporting.
The Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare has reunited Ms. Melody Okwong, a 16-year-old child of Udesia Kaut village in Mbu, and Ms. Elizabeth Ndweye, a 16-year-old child of Utiodum, also in Mbu local government area, with their parents. Their stories here presented.
Melody Okwong and Elizabeth Ndweye were rescued by men of the Nigeria Police in Lagos and sent to the Akwa Ibom State Liaison Office there. The two female minors were said to have been lured into prostitution by women in the pretext that they will make life better for them. However, the women involved in this act of human trafficking are awaiting trials in Lagos courts. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, who spoke to newsmates after the two were reunited to their families, called for care from parents and child caregivers in ensuring the safety of their wards. The Commissioner called for adequate protection of the child, especially the girl child, whom she noted is the most vulnerable. She said that neglecting a child under the age 0 to 18 is illegal and attracts punishment. Dr. Edet, who noted that it was an act of injustice and cruelty for anyone to indulge in human trafficking, child theft, child labor and exploitation, as well as baby factory, added that all hands must be on deck to ensure that offenders are punished accordingly. She advised parents not to entrust their wards in the hands of neighbors, friends or relatives whose reputation cannot be properly ascertained. She also called on parents, caregivers and members of the community to report cases of child theft, missing child or related issues to appropriate government agencies for prompt action. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare also advised children to make good use of the free and compulsory education provided for them by the state government and remain obedient to their parents.
So it's a two-way thing. In as much as we are advising parents to take good care of their children, we are also advising the children to be contented with what their parents have, because the God who gave them to those parents will give those parents what to use and take care of them.
The Director of Social Welfare in the ministry, Mrs. Mercy Ukpong, handed over the rescued children to their parents on behalf of the Commissioner, Dr. Gloria Edet. The parents of the girls expressed joy and gratitude to the government for helping them to reunite with their lost daughters.
Governor, Akwa Ibom State, I'm committee, Moyo, Miami, Daggy, Flema, Abasori, government, ere won eri ndabaji come na dabaje na no me konyi nge Jesus.
You're watching AKBC News this morning. Just a quick reminder that Governor Udom Emmanuel has called for appointment of an indigene of Akwa Ibom as a chairman of the Niger Delta Development Commission. We said earlier that the state chief judge has advised civil servants to plan adequately for their retirement. We'll take a break. When we return, we have more stories for you. Do stay with us.
Be contented with what we can provide for you.
Thank you, Dad.
You have to be godly children.
Our children are the leaders of tomorrow, so they must be trained well.
Read your books. Concentrate on your studies. Take care of yourself. Don't be stubborn.
Yes, Mommy.
Parents, inculcate in them the virtues of contentment. Girls, Sean, run.
There's a deal in town. Are you girls coming? Sorry, yes. Spare me that. No, I can't come. My future is at stake.
Our parents warned us against such behavior.
To avoid teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases, your tool to becoming a leader is hard work and dedication. This message is brought to you by Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Program, FAREP, a pet project of Her Excellency Mrs. Martha Udom Emmanuel, wife of the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State.
You're welcome back. All staff recruited newly into the state civil service had to be paid their salaries by the end of January 2016. The head of civil service, Mrs. Ekerebo Okman, made this known during a meeting with the members of the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA. Mrs. Akban, who was flanked by the permanent secretary in her office, Mrs. Inofiong, apologized for the delay in the payment of salaries and reiterated government's genuine concern for the welfare of its workforce. The stories here presented.
The head of civil service, Mrs. Ekere Bomopan, informed the Nigerian Medical Association (EXO) that government will engage new consultants and recruit more medical doctors in the civil service to further improve healthcare delivery and enhance doctor-patient ratio. The head of civil service commended the Nigerian Medical Association for their service and for maintaining a high level of relationship with the government and urged them to keep up the tempo. She assured them of regular training of doctors and informed them that the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, was rehabilitating health facilities across the state.
So we are having a very cordial relationship with the doctors, and even when it's been resolved to some extent. Some persons, they are detecting that they were going on strike, but I'm happy it's not doctors.
Speaking earlier, the state chairman of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Augustine Moore, thanked Governor Udom Emmanuel for appointing Mrs. Ekere Bomopan as the head of civil service and expressed confidence in her ability to take the service to another level. Dr. Moore also commended Governor Udom Emmanuel for the recent review of salaries of health workers and the approval of Conway's salary regime for doctors in the state, in addition to the appointment of doctors as permanent secretaries.
The state government will today mark the 2016 Armed Forces Remembrance Day with interdenominational Christian religious service at the Believers Assembly Incorporated, Oron Road, opposite NNPC filling station Uyo, by 10 a.m. A statement by the Commissioner, Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Det, indicates that Governor Udom Emmanuel and wife Martha and the Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ikbo, will attend the service. The Commissioner therefore invites members of the National Assembly, the Speaker, Akwa Ibom Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, the State Chief Judge, Secretary to the State Government, Head of Civil Service, members of the State Executive Council, and members of the State House of Assembly to the service. Others invited are the Commander 6th Amphibious Battalion Ibawa, the Commanding Officer NNS Jubilee Ikorabase, the Commandant Air Force School Ukundwairong, the State Commissioner of Police, the State Chairman Nigerian Legion, and members of the Nigerian Legion in the state. Others are the State Chairman of PDP, NG's Deputy, Chairman of Local Government Transition Committees, Permanent Secretaries, Chairman and members, State Council of Chiefs, the clergy, women groups, non-governmental organizations of the media, and members of the public. According to the statement, the grand finale and laying of the Armed Forces Remembrance Wreath will hold on Friday, 15th January 2016 at the cenotaph of Nsikare Rock, Edward Avenue, behind the Insight Bible Church at 10 a.m. Chairmen of local government transition committees are expected to organize the wreath-laying ceremony same day in their respective local government areas. The biblical injunction that one should be one's brother's keeper came to the fore during the 2015 Christmas period as an American-based non-governmental organization, Hope's Door Foundation Group, visited selected hospitals and orphanages in the state with gifts. Hospitals and homes visited were Female and Children's Ward, University of Youth Teaching Hospital, Kwaibu Church Leprosy Hospital, Ipenobo Metinan, and the orphanage at the Gospel Village, Apak. The report of the visit is here presented.
First port of call by the group was the University of Youth Teaching Hospital, where matrons in charge of each of the wards visited to receive the team leader, Mrs. I.B. Ikoridem, and her members. The team leader and initiator of Hope's Door Foundation, Mrs. I.B. Ikoridem, who interacted with the female patients, advised them to anchor their hope on God, whom she said is a great physician that cures and cares. She encouraged doctors, nurses, and other staff of the hospital to regard their duties as humanitarian, which only God can reward them. Various items, including cash, were given to patients in each of the wards. The group visited the children's ward, where the leader also presented gifts to the children and interacted with them. Also visited by the group was Gospel Village Abak, where the leader and other adult members and their children hosted the inmates in a brief party. The initiator of Hope's Door Foundation later presented gifts to the inmates, including school bags containing some educational materials. At the Kwaibu Church Leprosy Hospital, Ekperebo, members of the group prayed, sang, and danced with the inmates in appreciation to God's benevolence on them. The initiator of the group, Mrs. I.B. Ikoridem, who also presented various gifts to the inmates, gave them words of encouragement, saying the group will continue to cater for the needs of the less privileged in the society. In each of the places visited, the managers and the inmates thanked the group for remembering them, especially during the Christmas and New Year season.
Members of the Children Ministry of the Lutheran Church of Nigeria have visited the transmitting station of the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation at Ntarian. The visit was to enable the children to learn more about the process of broadcasting. Ebuka Okafo filed this report presented in our studios.
On arrival at the station, the children were received and introduced to the different units of the radio and television services by the head of television engineering, Mrs. Josephine Nkwat. Mrs. Nkwat told them about the functions of the AKBC and charged them to always respect their parents and be law-abiding.
Here we have two sections, radio and television. Here we disseminate information.
close the mask and the transmitter.
At the radio studio, Mrs. Laurel Esenaras explained to them the processes involved in radio transmission. They were also shown to the radio transmitting unit and the newsroom. Mr. Joseph Udo explained that the radio transmits on 90.5 frequency and described the transmitter as a machine that receives signals through a wired link and sends out same in form of electrical waves.
What should we talk about children? That's the producer now. It comes to your school, or it comes to your church, and find out things about children. Then the producer packages it and records it here on this CD. Then it labels the program, Kiddies Program. That's the title of the program.
At the television station, Mr. Emmanuel Akro and Pastor Keitinian received the children and showed them around the facilities.
Like here, we have 3 cameras. 3 people will man the camera. And then we have the studio manager who manages the space and the props. What I mean by props are the seats, the table.
The signal from the studio. And what you have in the studio there is very, very weak signal. You have the voice signal and you have the visual signal.
Some of the children and their leader expressed gratitude to the corporation for the opportunity given to them to see things for themselves.
I've learned what is the work of the editor because before I didn't know. I've learned so many things.
I've learned about how AKBC they edit their news, how they like the radio's information get to people.
They are all happy to a place to learn one thing or the other that you have shown to them. So we are very, very grateful.
You can connect with us online by logging on to akbconline.org. Follow us on Twitter at akbc45u or on Facebook at akbc channel 45. And that's a package this morning. We have time to take the recap. Governor John Emmanuel has called for the reappointment of Akwa Ibom Indigene as the chairman of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Addressing a rally organized in his honor at the Ket Sports Stadium, Governor Udom Emmanuel said that the tenure of Akwa Ibom State should be allowed to run to the end. That's a package on behalf of the News Crews. Have a wonderful Sunday ahead, and God bless you.